Has your workplace banned ChatGPT? Curious about employer policies you all are seeing. I work for a public utility. We started using ChatGPT several weeks ago and found it very useful. Our management even featured it and other AI tools in a recent leadership workshop. Now, it's been banned by the IT department and we cannot get a straight answer as to why. Wondering if this has happened to you and how it worked out. Ours hasn't, but guidelines have been created. Usually the primary and very valid concern is putting insensitive or confidential information into it. We have company access to GPT-4, so pretty helpful. Security reasons. Public companies can't use it because SOX regulations. You can't store information on someone else's data center unless they pass some regulations. OpenAI hasn't because they aren't monetizing ChatGPT yet. Gov agencies for national security reasons, I suspect. Yep. Banned until they can establish security protocols and assure IP protection. And I agree with their reasons honestly. Engineering company. Quite the opposite. I work as a web dev at a large company and we have internal access via GPT. Company.com, it's wonderful. Yeah, ours has. Tech company. They say it creates security risk but also creates loss of customer confidence in desired skill sets. I understand the first, don't agree with the second. I'm in IT at a non-profit foundation, and I've put together a presentation about it that I'm delivering to all staff who want to see it next week. We're encouraging others to use it, but with caution of course. I can't wait until we can trial Office 365 Copilot. I work at a small medium-sized company. I recently brought up AI and ChatGPT in a meeting and everyone on the leadership team looked at me with blank stares. Then one of them said, "Chat? Is that like Facebook Messenger?" These are smart people and they are so out of the loop it's scary. Makes me wonder how out of touch other people in power are. Blocked by IT security at my workplace a month ago after someone put proprietary information in it, man face palming. Same reason you can't put confidential info in a social media post, or email it to someone that's not an employee. The head of information security probably decided the risk outweighs the benefits at this time, so they blocked it. In my case we still have access to ChatGPT, but we also had a meeting to let employees know what the company's acceptable use policy was regarding AI. While we haven't banned it, we've created an internal site that uses the OpenAI API and are asking everyone to use the internal app instead. We've also made videos and articles of why it's a bad idea to input sensitive data into the public-facing AI apps, like ChatGPT. We embraced it. Accounts team been using it to write debts-chasing emails, so it tweaks the wording to non-aggressive but also straight-to-the-point demanding payments approach. HR policy makers using it for policy documentations. Admin staff also uses it for Excel formulas etc. Why banning it? Yes, mine has been due to potential intellectual property loss. Every question asked is logged and recorded, and they see that as a security threat. Simple answer on why IT people ban ChatGPT in your company is this: they don't trust that you proofread output. They don't trust you enough with it. We got an announcement not to feed it any company or client data, and they're building an app using the OpenAI API so that we can access it without it training on our data. I wonder if maybe they somehow detected that someone at your company pasted sensitive info into it, or maybe they're working on an app to use the API so that it doesn't train on your data too, so they temp banned it. Just guessing though. If a workplace bans ChatGPT, the workplace decision makers are morons. I work for a very large company and we pull all resource possible to enable ChatGPT within the company as quickly and as all-encompassing as possible. You've got a dinosaur in your IT department. Banned until further notice at my workplace. They used the Samsung case as an example. So why couldn't you just do exactly the same thing on your phone and cut and paste the content? Same as my kids' school banning it in the classroom. My 16-year-old said, "They know we have computers at home, right?" Funny you say your IT department banned it. I work in IT and we're embracing it. Within reason, of course. There are rules around how we use it, but we are allowed to. It's handy for our junior developers to learn coding. It's handy for me as a test analyst. I write my test cases too. Yes, because it's a privacy and confidentiality nightmare right now. We can't use it for anything which involves client data, as that then may be shared elsewhere. Remember when it jumbled everybody's chat history up? I don't even think we would be happy with most client-related stuff being used as training data for the model. What we are doing is looking at ways to stand up our own instance of a LLM. Basically, the tech is great, but using an open instance for all our data is not acceptable. My company this week blocked the domain, but I work for a publicly traded financial institution. It makes sense, but I still immediately put in a request to my network engineers to make an exception for me and stated that I do not use PII or proprietary info in my prompts. I am up to my eyeballs in work and this tool really helps me. I don't use it all the time, but when I need it, I need it. That sounds like a ridiculous policy at best. Hey, the world is changing. Boss, oh no, we can't have that. Fast forward a bit. They're both looking for work. In today's MBR they said that we are going to be using AI for most of our tasks. I do SEO. Yep, doesn't work. Can log in but will not process a request. Australian government. They only banned TikTok last week. Every department has been tasked with finding use cases for it. I can't wait to stick it on my spreadsheets. My employer loves it. My owner asked me to use it for SIR. I am able to get more done and faster when using it to give me ideas for certain marketing plans as well. It's a useful tool. My workplace doesn't even know how to use Google correctly. I'm an underling at a large law firm. The other day there was a conference in the office, and as I'm making rounds I spot a slide on the projection screen: "Meet your new AI legal assistant." Someone probably been feeding it sensitive info. Tried to raise a similar topic in another post. Silly, but in straightforward terms, if someone accessed your account and chat histories, they might learn a lot about company data. An employee leaving a company might have inadvertently stored their chat history and proprietary info on a non-company platform they can access through personal account later. Work in state government, we had a training on the usefulness of it. Curious to see if we get new guidelines at some point, but so far it's okay. Reddit is banned though. Not only have we not banned it, we're providing training on it. Social media sports marketing company. This is why I created an email gateway to GPT. Let's see if IT chooses to ban all outgoing email from the organization. No chance that I'm going to be able to use it in the near future. In aerospace, ChatGPT hasn't been banned by name, but the IT security policy is very clear that you shouldn't be pasting company confidential data or much worse ETAR into external websites. And the definition of company data is very broad. It's being encouraged in my software company. They recognize it will increase productivity and even created a chat group to discuss how everyone uses it. We also get back the money we pay for the Plus subscription. Yes. Banned under generative AI program. It's understandable but unfortunate. My workplace hasn't banned it, but they might as well have. If you want to use it, you need to write a use case and have express permission from the legal department to use. The concern is that we have a lot of proprietary code and confidential information. It's unclear if our code data training stays with our instance of the AI, or if it's distributed across all instances. I'll be honest and say I don't know enough about it yet to broach the subject with legal and counter their concerns. And, they've only called out ChatGPT, not Copilot, Bard or any of the others.